Do you want to stop scrolling and reduce your screen time, but you're unable to stop because you don't know what to do, so you're bored and you waste your time away? Then you're in luck, because I stopped scrolling. I reduced my screen time from 8 hours each day to now having a screen time of under 2. With that, I have lots of free time, and I fill that free time with productive stuff. I improved my body. I ran my first competitive 10K and I'm training for a marathon. I learned how to play the piano. I created 2 YouTube channels, this one and one in Spanish, and I don't even speak Spanish. I read around 70 books in German, French and English. I rediscovered nature and I climbed the highest mountain in Oman. I traveled Europe and Asia, and most important, I improved and have now a healthy relationship with my family. I did this with my compendious 5 pillars of quitting. So today I will teach you what you can do instead of scrolling. Now the first thing is develop hobbies. You need to identify what you are interested in. What do you like? What do you like watching? What do you enjoy or find interesting watching or reading? Let's say you watch lots of camping videos, or you watch lots of videos about boats. So maybe develop a hobby in that area. Find something in that area, in that niche. Find a club, join a seminar, or create your own project in your garage, in your garden, or in your room. Just find a hobby that you find interesting and then do it. Don't cope, oh, I will do it later, and don't wait and say, blah, blah, blah. No, just do it right now. Start literally right fucking now. Or after this video. Start then. Because there is never the right time to start a hobby. There's never the right time to do anything. So you need to start doing it now. And then you need to stick to it for at least 2 weeks. If after those 2 weeks you didn't like it, you didn't find it enjoyable, then don't do it anymore. And still you made progress because you know now what you don't want to do. So you can now find out what hobbies you want to do. And if you found it enjoyable, then fucking stick to it. So the first thing is developing hobbies. The next thing is new habits. What do you want to have, or what habits do you want to have, and what habits you have currently? My guess is currently you have bad habits. You scroll, you binge watch, you watch porn, etc. Those habits have, over a long period of time, a bad ROI, a bad return on investment, because over a long period of time they will harm you and worsen your life. So you need to replace those habits with better habits, with habits that improve your life, that extrapolate your life. So what habits can you do, or what habits should you do? First, I have 4 essential habits that you absolutely should do that will extrapolate your life. Those are reading. And reading is for improving your focus, your attention span, and to learn new vocabulary so you improve your speaking skill. And reading is quite simple. You probably aren't able to read right now. And the reason is because you watch hyper engaging stuff on TikTok. So you need to fix that. And you fix that by stopping doing that for a long period of time. Let's say you stop watching for 1 day. Then after that day you will be able to read. And you should read after you've done something boring, because then you will have the benefits of reading and you will feel reading more enjoyable. The next habit that I think is essential is exercise. And I don't care what exercise, I don't care if you want weightlifting, calisthenics, running, playing football, playing basketball, playing tennis, rock climbing, etc. I don't care. Just exercise. Preferably some exercise you either do outside or you do with companions. The next thing is journaling. And to be more specific, gratitude journaling. And I think gratitude journaling is such underrated. Because let's say you gratitude journal for 1 year straight. After the first month of doing that habit, you will realize randomly in your life that you will have this positive thought in your head of being grateful or thankful for a random thing. You could be grateful for your headphones, you could be grateful for your girlfriend that's standing next to you, whomever. And this is so powerful because first, if you're thankful and grateful for somebody, you're most likely feeling good. And then you will feel happy. And with feeling happy, your mental health will improve. So that's why I think it's such a powerful habit to do. And the last habit is meditation. Meditation is simple and meditation is easy and has such a huge ROI in almost every area of life. Because meditation is similar or has the similar benefits as reading. It improves your focus and your attention span. So why is improving your focus and your attention span so important? I tell you why. Because you need focus to focus on a person when you're talking to them or listening to them attentively. Because if you can do this, you will have better conversation and you will have better connection with that person because you have better focus. Also, you need to have good focus to work harder, to learn harder and be more productive. So that's why I think meditation is essential. And meditation isn't very difficult. Meditation is simple as fuck. 4 steps. You focus on something. This could be sound. This could be your breath. This could be a point on your wall or in nature. You look at a tree and focus on that tree. Then you lose that focus. The next step, the 3rd step, is you realize you lose that focus, and the last step is you go back to that focus. Voila, you have 1 rep of meditation. You see, meditation is easy. You can do meditation, everyone can do meditation. Now, apart from those essential habits, I want you to find your own habits. Maybe you want to learn something new. Maybe you want to learn how to play the piano, to play the guitar, learn a new language, learn how to operate a drill or how to fix a car. Just something you want to learn and then fucking do it. Try it out. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't like it, but just try new things, try new habits, and then you will find out which habits you like and which habits you don't like. And stick to those that you like and stick to those that have a huge ROI in the long term. And important is, you need to replace the old bad habits such as scrolling, binge watching, and etc. with good habits. Because if you don't do this, if you just stop scrolling, then you have free time, and after a period of time we will fall back into that bad old habits. If you want to know more about my essential habits, how you can have or how you can create and find out your own new habits, and also having help with stopping scrolling, click the first link in the description now. The next thing is you need to become an initiator. Let's say it's weekend and you don't know what to do. First of all, I think that's bad in general, because you need to have a plan and a to-do list to be more structured and organized. That said, let's say you don't know what to do on the weekend. So you're bored, then you grab your phone and scroll. Now, if you would be an initiator, if you make plans with your friends, then you aren't bored and then you don't scroll. So you need to become an initiator. And this is simple. Just ask your friends of doing X or Y. For an example, let's say it's sunny outside. You could go on a walk. You could go to a lake. You could go into the park. You could go on a hike. You could play football. You could birdwatch. You could go fishing. You see, there are so many options you could do. You could go on a little road trip. Let's say it's bad weather. You could go bowling. You could play billiard. You could go to an arcade. You could go out drinking. But you need to be an initiator. If you become an initiator, you will never feel bored because you can think of something to do and then you will do it, especially on the weekend. Now, the last thing is probably the most important thing. You need to ask yourself, what do you want to do with your life and what do you want to achieve with your life? And truly think deeply about that. And then write it down. Write it on a piece of paper and stick it on your wall. And now you may have some shallow answer like, oh, I want to make money and I want to travel and I want to have a family. That's bad. Those aren't deep answers. With deep answer, I mean specific, really specific answers. Let's say you want to make money. Then have a specific number. Literally every fucking digit you write down. A specific number you want to make in a year or in a month. Let's say with traveling, you need to write down which specific country or even which specific city you want to visit. You need to make specific goals, not just some shallow goals you never will achieve. You need to have specific goals. You need to write them down on a piece of paper, like a bucket list, just deeper, just with specific goals, with specific achievements or things you want to do or to achieve in life. Why should you do this? It's simple, because if you achieve those things, you will have a fulfilled life, and a fulfilled life is a good life. After you have this list, you need to ask yourself, why don't I do those things? Why don't I pursue any of those goals or achieve or try to achieve any of those goals? And ask yourself this right now. Why? Why don't you do anything of that? Alright, you probably have now a cope answer in your mind. You have some excuse like, oh, I'm not ready yet, but oh, what if they say this, or I can't because I have this. Excuses, excuses, excuses. You need to realize something. What is the biggest mistake in life? If you ask an old person what their biggest mistake is, 80% of all the time it's one thing. It's being regretful or having or didn't do something or having done something. Let's say they are regretful or they regret that they didn't travel, that they didn't approach that girl, that they didn't have or took that leap in their career or pursued that certain career or did something scary or whatever. But the biggest mistake is always being regretful. Everyone hates being regretful. So you need to take action right now so you won't become regretful. Because I tell you one thing, my credo or my way of living is I try to implement this everywhere, that I rather try and fail miserably than never trying and being regretful. Because in my opinion, having regret is so much worse than failing. Literally every time I felt regretful, it was worse than the biggest fail I had in my life. Literally every time. So I don't want to experience regret. So I try to live this way. I try to do it. Maybe I fail, but that's alright, because I know I tried. I know I give it all. And that's important. Because when I'm old, I don't want to have regrets. I don't want to think, oh, if I only did, and then fill in the blanks. So that's why you need to take action right now. Don't wait. No one comes to save you. No one does it for you. You need to do it for yourself. You need to literally do it yourself. No one, literally no one will come and save you. The reason why you don't do it is fear. You fear failing. You fear the judgment of others. And you fear you are not ready. And first, the fear of failing is completely unreasonable. Because to make progress, you need to fail. I give you an example. Let's say you want to learn how to play the guitar. How do you do this? You practice and you fail to play the chords over and over and over and over and over again. But then, with enough practice, you will be able to play a beautiful melody. You play the right chords. And you did this by failing over and over and over again, till you manage to do it. And this applies in every area of life. You need to fail to make progress. Because when you fail, you can observe why you failed, learn from failure, and then try again. But with now having improved. So that's why you need to be able, or you need to embrace failing. So the next is the fear of judgment of others. You need to realize that people are occupied with their own thoughts most of the time. They don't truly care about you. They don't really think about you. And if they do, or if they judge you, then what? Who cares? What does their opinion really matter? If you want to do something or want to achieve a goal that you find is purposeful, that you find will bring you joy or fulfillment in life, and then someone comes around and judges you and says, oh no, you can't do this, or this is bad. You need to truly think if this person is good for you, or if what they say is really good for you. Because if you listen to them, then you don't really have or live your authentic life. You need to live your authentic life, and you do this by not always listening to others. Sometimes doing stuff you want to do. People will judge you for that, but that's fine, because who gives a fuck? You need to be happy with yourself. You need to be able to be or feel good in your own skin. And you do this by listening to your own head and listening to your own opinion and achieving your own goals, or striving for your own goals, regardless of judgment, regardless of people hating on you or saying, oh, you shouldn't do this. So you need to drill that in your mind. This is important. It doesn't matter what other people think. And the last thing is the fear of not being ready. Many say, oh, yeah, I think I should do this, but I'm not ready yet because I need to do this first, or I need to order this first, or because I need to learn more, or because I'm not an expert yet. That's all cope. That's just excuses after an excuse. You will become ready when you take action, when you progress, when you fail. And then over time, you will become ready. But you will never have this point where you be ready before you even start. So you need to start, and then you will become ready. Alright. To summarize. First, you need to develop hobbies. Develop hobbies you find interesting. Develop hobbies you have or you find enjoyable. And then do those hobbies. Now, replace bad habits with good habits that have huge ROI, that will extrapolate your life from an average life to a good life, to a fulfilled life. Next is, you need to become an initiator. Be the guy who plans, be the guy who asks the friend out for drinks, or going on a walk, or going on a hike. Be the initiator, and you will never be bored. And last thing, Write down what you want to do in life, what you want to achieve in life, and then do those things. Do those things right now. Do those things literally after this video. Stop this video and do those things. Pursue something on your list and do this literally right fucking now. Don't cope. We talked about why coping isn't good for you. You will be regretful, and regretful is the worst thing in life. So do it now. Alright. On that note, if you want a full guide on my 5 pillars of quitting that helps you with stopping scrolling, click the first link in the description. With that said, have a great day, sleep well, and take action. Goodbye.